I had to learn those lessons and know my dark
I'm
side.
going to ask, what took you to Angola?
So it's a long story.
Well, shorten it for us. What have we got now on the podcast? Okay.
Crazy. And I found out later that it basically got all the trauma out of my body.
Shouldn't she be
And I was
pro-woman?
You paid me to corner here.
I
So
love men. I absolutely adore the masculine
I'm
energy.
pro-human.
I really wanted to strengthen my intuition. And because of my hard life, I had to heal myself.
Past the English language, intuition. Did you say that they taught you about intuition?
So the land of plenty is what every single person in this world, I believe, in my opinion, has. And my knowing, in my feminine wisdom.
Welcome to Acoustics Unfiltered. I am your host, Asabi Hawa.
I'm Mike.
And we have the beautiful and wonderful Rabia today with us.
Rabia.
How are you, Rabia?
I'm feeling great.
Excellent. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
I mean, we're really pleased to have you here. Are we going to like and subscribe to him first? We always forget.
Of course, we do.
Every single time.
You forget too.
I just remember just now.
Okay, well done. Go
So
ahead.
go on, is it? Oh, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Acoustics Unfiltered.
There you go.
Yeah? I've done it now. Okay, let's get into the podcast. So, first and foremost, let's get into, like when I was reading your bio, my mind was blown. I was going all over the place. It's really complex. You gave me 3 bios.
I know.
I don't know which one to use.
Whoa.
So let's start with one. Let's start first of all with what. Can we kind of nail down your genre? What are you about? Yeah, because I couldn't make no head no tail of it.
I feel like I'm a multi-mood artist.
Okay.
So it's very difficult to put me in sort of a category.
Okay.
And I feel like if you were to, it would be bridging ancient sounds into modern sounds.
Ancient sounds.
Nice.
Yes. Sort of like channeling a little bit of, let's say, you know, you got that kind of thing.
Yeah. What, like the Red Indians?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
I feel very much close to the Red Indian sort of thing. I don't know why. Like, I don't have any of that heritage or anything.
Kind of like mystical sort of.
Mystical, healing kind of vibes. So that's where it all started. So I feel like that's what it is. And then I have my roots because I grew up with the 90s R&B. And then I also have a South Asian background.
This is random, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a myth.
It's all the things
It's crazy.
She's picked up on the way or that feel like, you know, part of who you are. You know?
Red Indian, mystical, South Asian.
Kind of just went in there and lived a few years in Africa. So So I was like, okay, I really love this. I really feel connected to Africa. So
Which part of Africa were you?
Angola.
Okay, wow. Damn.
Very long time ago.
Oh, now I'm going to ask, what took you to Angola?
So it's a long story.
Well, shorten it for us. What have we got now on the podcast?
Surprisingly, it might be a surprise because a lot of people say that, but I was married like a long time ago, and it was to an Angolan man, and so I had to sort of follow him back and forth.
Okay.
And that's how it happened. I learned a bit of Portuguese. I learned how to make their food, the punch, they had the cassava, everything.
Oh no.
They dance everywhere. I had the kuduro, you know, and it was just beautiful. And the spinach is large and giant there, so it's lovely.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I got to Angola.
Okay, all
You
right.
could see that they had their own music as well.
Yeah.
They had their kazomba and everything kind of influenced me. And it was like a sponge that just was like, ooh, nice.
So in a way, musically, that was a positive experience because you incorporate some of that into
that was beautiful.
your genre, which I can't pronounce right now. I don't know what to call it.
Okay.
What are you going to call it as a name? Mystical?
I guess probably mystical healing art or something like that.
Okay.
Oh. And I leave it like that because with a touch of South Asian flavor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your background is Bengali, is it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Bangladeshi. I was born here in London.
Okay. And what was that like growing up and stuff like that? How not only shaping you as a person, but shaping you musically?
Wow, yeah, absolutely. That's why my bio was so long.
Yeah. I know.
Growing up, I guess music, I was really like into music, but it wasn't so much seen as a thing to be into. I come from a sort of more Muslim background.
Yeah.
I'm not Muslim, but I come from that background. So it was very difficult to really express that. So I would listen to the radio in my bedroom.
Yeah, we've all done that.
Yeah.
Done that.
You know, like Beyonce.
Yeah.
I used to speak to the radio secretly, message them on my small phone.
Oh wow, she went all in.
Put that song in.
Oh damn.
In my little room.
Yeah.
They don't know
rebel.
I was doing that, yeah. At uni, studying law, but I was actually secretly doing rehearsals for singing.
Wow.
And at the point where they put me on the big stage, I was like, no, I can't. The family will see.
Oh, no. Wow.
So that's kind of my thing. But, you know, Bollywood movies started off. So I do sing a lot of Hindi as well.
Oh, lovely.
Thank you. So it starts from there. And then the Bangladeshi folk music that my mum used to listen to. I was like, oh, that loud stuff.
Yeah.
Like, back then I was like, what is this crazy stuff?
But what, now you appreciate it more?
Oh, gosh. I'm so glad I had that in the background because now it's somehow in my vocals.
Yeah.
Like, how did that happen?
Yeah.
And then my uncle's married into Pakistani and I'm Bangladeshi, so they would speak in the Punjabi language.
Okay.
So I've got a little bit of that somewhere.
You're getting bits from everywhere.
Yes.
You know the vibe about you?
That's the way to do it, though.
It's like little by little, she's just building a picture.
Yeah, she's just got a collection. I'll have that in my bag. I'll take a bit of that. Yeah, I like it.
It kind of just presented itself when I went back, like when I decided I was going to sing 3 years ago, which I...
Only 3 years ago, so you decided?
It was kind of blocked due to trauma and many other things that happened, dark things that happened in my life. But I feel like, you know what they say, like the diamond, it comes out from a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
So I've been through a lot.
Okay.
So then I kind of hid away from my music, as a lot of people might know. Yeah, I didn't sing.
So it sounds like all prior to the 3 years, music was kind of was ingrained in you, but it hadn't come out yet. Is that fair to
your
say?
secret kind of.
Yeah, I would write the songs and poetry, but kind of just leave it there. And people
poetry as well.
Yeah. Lots of poetry.
Oh, is there anything you don't do?
Yeah, actually, I'm terrible at other things. Like, I'm terrible at painting, fixing cupboards. I'm terrible.
Makes me feel a bit better now. Just looking at everything. So then, as you say, after at that point, there was like a point in time 3 years ago that was like an epiphany to you. And then what came out of that? Did you just start performing? What was the transformation there?
It was really magical. And I'd love to share this with you all because I do want other people to hear this. And especially if you don't believe in yourself about something. And if you think, nah, it's too late. Please don't do that. So what happened was I really wanted to strengthen my intuition. And because of my hard life, I had to heal myself. So I had to learn different things and I became a healer. I'll get to that at another point. So I then bumped into this woman who said, hey, there's this free course about intuition. She then put me into this course for free. I got into this course, read a book by William Whitecloud. And it taught me how to manifest my dreams from my heart and sort of separate the ego, which keeps us comfortable, with the sort of like the genius, child, innocent side of us and the playful, that side. And I was like, whoa, goosebumps. And it was really difficult. I had to really go through with it. Even my mentor, she actually just mentored me for free.
Oh, wow.
Nadia. I'm really grateful for her.
Shout out to Nadia, wherever you are.
Yeah, a mother. Like, I'm a mother of 3. I've been raising them alone for I think the last 7 years. So it's just...
to you for that.
Thank you. It was a learning experience. And so this kind of really took me to the next level of no, you can do anything. And the book teaches you that even if you're in a room full of fire, as William Whitecloud says, you can escape. And I think that's how the fire something came alive. I don't remember.
Wait, hold on. Let me ask a quick question. I'm sure that I've grasped the English language, intuition. Did you say that they taught you about intuition? Am I right in saying intuition is basically working out how something works, kind of, is that what intuition is?
It's knowing things. It's that innate knowing within, not necessarily having the proof of it, the concrete proof of it, but knowing. So I don't know if I had said to you, when I was pregnant with my daughter, I knew instantly she was a daughter and she was going to look like me. I just thought you were chatting. My friend, she was like, oh, but babes, it's, what if you have a... I'm like, no. She's a girl. She's going to have my exact face. No one could tell me nothing.
Beautiful.
And you've seen her.
Yeah, but it's only a 50% chance. It's not really that, because it's either a boy or a girl. So...
You know what? Don't knock my intuition.
Let's get back to Sorry, Rabia.
I just loved watching the two aspects of of life.
Trying to take over the podcast all the time. It's about you. Trying to take over. It's about you. Yorkshire's. We don't know about you. That was a rubbish version.
You say it was rubbish, but no. Anyway.
So yeah.
I love that. Thank you so much. Yeah.
So they taught you intuition. We've cleared it up.
Totally.
I'm still not sure, but that didn't really explain it. But
yeah. And also women, obviously, I'll be honest, like I'm going to be fair to you. Women access it much more easily than men.
I'm gonna.
You said it in such a nicer way than I was going to.
I mean, some of your posts seem to be a bit like pro-woman. So
that's not true.
We'll talk about it later in the segment.
But also, if she's a woman, shouldn't she be pro-woman?
You put me to a corner here.
I love men. I absolutely adore the masculine.
I'm pro-human.
Her being pro-woman doesn't negate her being pro-human.
Oh, okay, whatever. You guys are backing me up. I couldn't get out of it. Okay. So then you learned the intuition.
Yes.
That gave you the confidence. Is that the right word? Or
it
I don't know.
allowed me to see. I want to get into something now. You ready for it?
I'm ready. Strapped in. Fun.
I got to see my land of plenty.
Huh?
Yeah.
Explain to us that term, land of plenty.
So a land of plenty is what every single person in this world, I believe, in my opinion, has. And my knowing, in my feminine wisdom. So we have something that shows us all the things that we're supposed to do in our lifetime.
Okay.
And it could be just a year that you have to do 9 things. And then in the second year, another 9 things. But I got to see that I was supposed to sing. And I was hiding from it. And there was like 9 other things that I have. And I look at them every single day. And there's a whole process.
Oh, right.
And you have to do a whole meditation, go into the shamanic process and really dive into it. And I saw myself on the stage.
Wow,
I did not believe it. Saw my kids doing this. And I didn't believe it 3 years ago. Wow. And straight after doing that course and going into the land of plenty, I'm getting goosebumps right now.
Yeah.
I then was on stage accidentally.
Huh?
I'll tell you about that.
How does that happen?
Like straight after I did the course, I was like, I don't think it's gonna work. I was like so doubting myself. Mentor kept saying, Rabia, look, there's a process, and once you click in, like there's a shift that has to happen, and then you're like, it will happen fast. And then things just kept happening, like synchronicities. But what it was that I went to this lovely yoga event.
Okay.
And just with my children, I just like, I just want to go to this yoga event, whatever. I already sort of checked that choice on my vision board. It was not really a vision board. It's like a little 9 choices thing I look at and I feel into it every single day.
Wow, this is deep, man.
Yeah, literally. And that's how we can really step into what we already have. But I'll get to that in a sec. But what happened was it was a yoga event and the singer cancelled for some reason.
Oh,
the random...
It's like ordained fate sort of thing.
It was really weird. I had my children with me. I love it.
What did I ask for?
Just, ease you into it.
Please continue.
Ooh, yeah. So every man has that side too. So just
okay.
Okay. 2 against 3.
Right?
So, and then the host was like, can anyone sing? I was like, hey, I can sing. My songs were not ready. They were like randomly written by me. I was very scared. It was, even the song Soul that you'll hear today, it was in a whole nother version. It was just me sitting on my bed writing it. And I was like, I have 4 songs. Let's just do it, whatever.
But still, that's a massive jump because...
That's real brave.
Because...
That's beautiful.
Yeah, you can sing all right, but you've never sung.
No.
It's come up...
Just random.
Public, randomly. Someone just said, oh, who can sing? And you just put your hand up.
Literally.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
So what happened? How did it go?
So it was like in this room and there was a stage. There was a big gong behind me.
Okay.
And I just had my phone. So the whole time when I was singing, I had my phone when I was singing the lyrics.
Oh, wow.
But everybody was cheering and I had little fans afterwards.
Yeah, of course.
It was amazing. And my children were at the front and they were taking care of my kids.
They were loving it.
Buying them pizza and they were like, whoa, mum's on stage. I was like, what is going on? But it was so little. But if you look at it now, what I've become, but in terms of singing.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't, sorry to interrupt you, but I wouldn't say it was little because it was the catalyst for you to be doing everything you've done thus far, Yeah. And me personally, I think it's really important for our children to see us doing the things that are innately us and, are the things that we are pouring into ourselves and expressing ourselves.
Love.
So the fact that you were able to do it in a safe space, where people, like, obviously you hadn't been pre-booked for it. Yeah, so people were already open and willing to receive what you had to offer because it's a big thing and it's a brave thing to just say, yeah, I'm going to do this. And you were in the right space for it. So I think that's such a beautiful, beautiful thing to happen.
Thank you.
No, it was. And it is even. And so then off the back of that, did your career, I'll call it career, did it catapult? Did you start doing shows left, right, and center, or was it more of a slow burner?
It was a slow burner. So like, I just was like, whoa, that happened. And then so many distractions. My ego came in left, right, and center. I felt like, you know, I speak about higher power in the universe. I felt like that came in, and I had to learn some lessons before I came to this point where my voice truly came through. I had to learn some other life lessons.
Okay.
I felt like I couldn't do this music unless I had to learn those lessons and know my dark side. Funny enough, it was like a little glimpse, but I couldn't really access the full Rabia singing. And so much happened since then, but slowly.
So let me ask you about, so you've mentioned it in the book and again now about ego kind of getting in the way. We had a similar conversation with Yano about kind of putting your ego aside so you can be your true self. So what was it? How was your ego blocking you? What was the ego saying to you to stop you being the true you?
Wow. Okay. First of all, because it goes deeper, but there's a lot. So I had a range of beliefs stopping me. There was a lot. So there's a range of them. And when you identify them, it's like, oh, I see you coming up again.
Right. Those life beliefs, are they religious beliefs, are they social constructs?
There was a lot. But the main one was I'm not capable.
Okay.
And I'm not capable of doing something as amazing. And also, I cannot be seen. I need to dim myself.
Okay.
Because maybe if I'm seen, something bad might happen to me. So that was like a funny one, a deep-rooted one. Perfectionism.
Okay.
Because if I don't exactly, if I don't get the singing right, people are going to hate me. But then I was like literally last week in a festival, in the South Asian festival, singing like whatever, dancing around. And I was like, wow, that wasn't me a few years back.
Yeah.
I was scared. What would people think?
Yeah.
Would they,
Fear is the biggest problem.
Yeah.
I'm not I'm an artist, but in any sort of creative space, the fear of you're not going to be good enough.
Fear of
people laugh at you. Or it really holds you back.
Absolutely.
I mean, fear is good in some circumstances, but not necessarily in this arena, I think.
Exactly, because it's similar to excitement. And now I feel the fear and do it anyway.
Yeah. A little bit of fear.
It never goes away.
Exactly.
It never goes away. The ego is still there every day and I have to meditate. So I've got into very deep practice of meditation and other things I do to keep me in this state of carrying on the music, on the singing. Otherwise, it sometimes blocks itself. But mainly, I also was brought up in a Muslim family. So there's so much beauty in every single religion. However, in the kind of family I grew up with, it was forbidden.
Yeah.
So doing something forbidden.
Problem. Yeah.
It was like, what's going on? I'm on stage. I can't. I didn't realize it was that, but I definitely had to sort it out.
Yeah. Okay. So
congratulate you on that, because it's a hard thing, especially if that's what the first thing you know as you've been raised, and to feel the complete opposite of that and to feel the pull of that so hard as you understand that, oh no, I shouldn't be doing this, and have those two sides battling each other. It's a really big accolade to you to have worked through that. Honestly, no, definitely.
Because you've unlearned a massive, basically the core of what you are, or what you were brought up to be, should I say.
Everything.
You had to unlearn that. That's no easy task.
Exactly.
I had to shed skins.
Yeah.
Many skins. Yeah. Because there was also the wife thing. Good women don't do this.
Yeah.
Good women don't do that.
Yeah.
But I'm not feminist at all. I feel like I'm in a balanced state now. Maybe a few years ago, I might have been a bit pro-feminine.
Yeah.
But right now, I do feel...
What do you mean for?
Because there you go. It's in response to your comment. Consequences have actions. Words have reactions.
I see the energies, two energies in myself.
Yeah.
And I can appreciate it now. But before it was like, all men are this. It has to be like this, and all women are, it was just all
it doesn't
mess.
have to be like that at all.
I feel like I've matured into a woman.
Yeah.
I was a child and then I was a teenager just a few years back. I feel like I'm really maturing into a woman. There's more to come.
Yeah.
I would not call myself a goddess yet because I just feel like there's more to learn.
Are you being humble now?
Really. It's honestly true, because I feel there's more. I want to expand my heart even more, and I think through the music maybe that will come, hopefully.
What I would say to you, saying that you wouldn't call yourself a goddess yet, is that you have to remember that every goddess had a journey and went through things and had to overcome. And so the fact that you've overcome a lot And although you haven't fully told us everything, we can just infer some of the things you may have overcome. And that alone, you're a goddess. You've birthed 3 beautiful souls into the world. You're a goddess. So even if you don't fully see yourself as, you know, the evolved goddess that you are, goddess is always evolving. Goddess is always moving. So you are, because you've done so many things already, and the parts of your story that you've shared have already touched somebody, you know, will already touch somebody.
This is what
you
I
know.
desire. Thank you.
So yeah, you are a goddess.
Thank you. You saying that to me, I feel like I'm nice. I'm queened. I guess I'm queened.
Yeah, no. I mean, I share that sentiment. I won't go in such long detail as Tabi did.
You already know I waffled.
I waffled on there. She could have just said, "You're a goddess. Believe in yourself." That'd have been it. But anyway, yeah. Okay, so we've got to the status where you're a goddess now. You're doing lots of different things. In your bio, you also talked a lot about, not a lot, sorry, but you talked significantly about dancing and your love for dance.
Yeah.
And you talked about reggae. You talked about drum and bass. There was a lot going on in there.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that. How dance has affected your love for music.
Okay, so dance again. Secretly dancing in my bedroom.
Okay, you mentioned dance as well. That was in there as well.
Yeah, dance was there.
Yeah.
I am a Londoner, you know, and that will never leave me. Even though I've got in touch with my roots and I've got in touch with let's say the mature woman side of me, but the Londoner side is there. And I used to love dancehall. I used to love, you know, hearing the Jamaican music.
Dance touched me deep as well.
Reggae. Yeah. I've had the pleasure of attending only recently, 3 years ago. A friend took me to this underground reggae.
Oh, yeah.
I hope you go, but all I'm saying is, okay, I have to experience those big speakers, okay?
Yeah.
So, reggae is beautiful, you know, the whole Bob Marley thing and how it's also very spiritual, isn't it, the reggae music?
You listen to the lyrics, what he's saying.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I've always felt very close to people that have lyrics in their music. You know, when someone tells a story, and I feel like the 90s where I'm from, I'm an 89 baby, but the 90s, there was stories in the music. I really treasure that.
Yeah.
So reggae does that for me. Yeah. Reggae is something I really want to go into because some people have said that I've got the voice for it.
No.
I just want to
explore it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Just want to go there, and I believe in unity. So most of my music is because of unity, and I think that's why I mentioned all of those things. Dancehall, I grew up with things like, you know, Sweet Like Chocolate Boy.
Yeah.
Sweet
Oh,
like
man. I've got a story about that, but
Really?
no, I can't do it in here. No, I can't. No, I pay off air.
I was a child. I was like, what's this? What's that? Radio was my only outlet at the time, and TV, MTV, Cribs, things like that.
Yeah.
I didn't get classical music growing up. I only got into that well, say 4 or 5 years ago, but very quickly. And a lot of people say, hey, you don't seem like it's only been 3 years ago.
Yeah, you don't.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of people say that with everything I do. And it's like, wow, okay. It just means that maybe I do believe in other lives, and I do believe maybe I did it in another life.
Maybe. I can't imagine you being anything else than what you currently are now.
Thanks.
Like,
that's really cool.
You mentioned before that you were a little bit shy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I can't say it.
Very shy on stage, unable to do it. I felt like I need to dim my light, and I had a lot of that, a lot of people. But I do feel like we manifest that into our lives if we feel that way.
Yes.
So I had a lot of people actually dimming my light.
Yeah.
So when they heard me sing, it was a bit like competition and envy. And I was like, okay, then I'll just dim my light over there. But the dance, as you asked, it helped me through when I left my ex-husband.
Okay.
And so I'd have my 3 children. I had all 3 of them. One of them was baby. All of them were under 10. And I just moved, funny enough. And we was in a house with no floorboards, nothing. And I would just put them to bed and I'd dance in the living room.
Okay.
Crazy. And I found out later that it basically got all the trauma out of my body.
Yeah.
And I would dance so much. It was crazy. And I was like, whoa, I'm enjoying this. I felt free. Obviously from the relationship. It wasn't the best relationship in the world. And also my family. And then the responsibility of 3 children. So it's like, wow, the dance. And I figured out that I'm really good at free flow dance. So when people see me dancing, they think I've choreographed it. But it's not true. It's just me just allowing the soul to run free.
It kind of links into that, into your roots, but not roots, when he talks about being a shaman, shamans and the Red Indians. They used to just let loose, right? And dance. They weren't even following a beat or rhythm or anything. It's just an expression. Yeah, sort of thing.
Beautiful.
So I can imagine that was really therapeutic for you.
That was, and then I started my events of helping other people to get into their soul. Really? So I did about, let's say in total, I'll probably say about 6 events, big ones, where it was really successful in terms of people loved it. I didn't carry on because, single mom, cost-wise, it was a lot, but I still want to move ahead with it, and everything's morphing, because then my singing stuff came in, and then I made a few therapeutic tracks called Masala Fusion on Spotify. And that was the first thing I made, Golden Light. And something channeled through me when I made that song, Golden Light. And I just felt like there was this, like a Red Indian type energy coming through me. And I just recorded it on my bed, and I was unwell. And I just got someone from Brazil to do the production for me. And then next, I think 2 days later, I did my event with that new song.
Oh, nice.
It was crazy. So that's kind of my dancing journey. I wouldn't say I'm a very choreography kind of dancer.
Go with the flow?
Yeah, I'm a flow type dancer. So, but dancing, it has something. I feel like something channels.
There's power.
Yes.
So, just a quick one before we get to hear your singing. Seeing as you identify with the religions and stuff, if you had a spirit animal, what would it be?
Oh.
Wow. Instantly, I just saw a peacock.
Peacock?
Wow.
I wasn't thinking that.
Yeah.
Why did I get
birdie?
And a beautiful, I don't know, not a peacock. I think it's something more ferocious. Something like majestic, like an eagle. Something like that.
Maybe that's what I saw, because I saw wings.
You did say bird.
Bird.
But peacock is like beautiful, and
colourful.
Nobody dims a peacock's light.
They're like, hey.
Yeah. What about you? What's your animal?
Oh, goodness. If I had one. Oh, I don't know,
Mountain lion, bear, skunk.
Maybe a leopard.
Oh, that I can feel that.
Yeah, maybe a leopard. Like, I can be quiet and unassuming, and then I can just...
Yeah, actually, that does fit you, actually. Yeah.
That's power. That's really powerful.
All right. Well, we've heard loads about all this magical music and mystical stuff that you can do. I think it's probably time that we hear it.
Yeah.
What's your first track?
I'm going to be singing a Bengali folk song called Maya Lagaise, which means, but in Bengali, it means, Lagaise means, I think it almost feels like, the person has been sort of, I don't know, like touched the person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think if I was to translate it, it just means that person has intoxicated or touched me, but not so much intoxication, more fondness.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Well, okay, let's hear it.
Okay.
Ondur firi terzala Ondur firi terzala Iter bade koila dia gunzala ise Iter bade koila dia gunzala ise Divana banaise Onnu amar fagul khorise Divana banaise banaise Divana banaise Amari fagul khorise Divana banaise banaise
Boy. Hey.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, that was good.
That was beautiful.
Thank you. Glad you felt it. The magic.
There we go.
Just
Oh, I'm so glad. What a reaction. It's definitely channeling and it's definitely not my human self, so. Second song is called Soul and yeah, it's
If you want, you can do that first song again. I don't mind.
yeah. The first song again? Anytime.
Okay.
I'll come sing it for you,
That was so
both
good.
beautiful people, anytime.
Okay, yeah. Second song.
So second song. When I saw you there, something woke up and I was lighter than air. Felt so natural. You broke down all of my walls. Never expected such a connection. Now I feel so much affection. Just when I gave up love. And I met you so, oh baby, couldn't leave you alone. Attraction, reaction, tumhara atmadika. Oh baby, jaane nahi de saka. Attraction, reaction. It's a green light. Lift up, let's reach high. Let's take flight closer to our hearts. Even when it's hard, just say the word, I'll be there for you. Let me show you how to trust. Love is a must. Listen to your soul. Oh, life can be up and down, but I like when you look me up and down. You know I can fix my crowns till I like when we chill, having you around. Yeah. I know you hear the sound. This is the truth you found. This is the truth you found. Tumhara atmadika. Oh baby, jaane nahi de saka. Attraction, reaction, when I met you so. Oh baby, there was just a flow. There was just a flow. There was just a flow.
Wait. You know what it is? It's not even it's your voice, you know. I thought it was because you were singing in a different language and then the guitar and that. But actually, it's not. It's a combination of the guitar and your voice.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter what language you're actually singing in. It has the same effect.
Wow.
That's crazy, man.
That means so much to me. Thank you.
Sign of an excellent singer.
That's what I'm saying. What are you trying to say? You're trying to say what I'm saying.
You guys, you're amazing. That means so much to my higher self right now. Like, it means so much. Like,
I'll take a 60-second break, you know. That was a lot.
Beautiful, honestly, beautiful.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah.
Rabia.
Yeah.
Hey.
That was I was speechless.
Yeah.
It's not good for a podcast, but it is what it is. That was some spiritual stuff right there.
No, if people don't go and check out your stuff after hearing that, I'm sorry, what are they doing? Because
That's amazing.
I have to shout out Eve as well on the
Eve
guitar.
on the guitar, yeah.
I was doing some magical stuff like Merlin or something over there. Yeah.
He's magical.
Yeah.
I'm grateful.
He got me talking my feelings.
I was torn between looking at his finger work or closing my eyes to receive the gift.
I wasn't looking at nothing. I was on another plane.
He's like
I
on
am
a
just
harp,
somewhere.
right?
Yeah.
It's like he's on a harp. Or
Yeah, I was like, what's this? I felt like Dionysus back in the day. I was just playing them things.
told you you're magical. Like, he's
No,
really magical.
No, shout out to Eve for that one.
Honestly.
Let's dissect that because obviously we didn't know what the hell you were saying because you were speaking a different language, but we didn't need to. It was that good. So
Ew.
how I felt,
Yeah.
I felt at peace.
I literally said those
Don't try and
words.
bite my words. You didn't say that.
I said it in my head.
How do
My
I know?
intuition.
I'm not a woman.
Our intuition is
Apparently,
listening.
there's only feminine intuition. She didn't say about male.
She did not say there's only feminine intuition. She said that women are more in touch with their intuition. That's all.
And I felt at peace. Yeah, I don't know what she felt. 'Cause I can't read her mind.
You both.
But I was like, I don't know. It's like the chords are washing over me, then the vocals on top, and I was like, actually, my brain was for once completely blank. There was nothing going on there at all. I was just enjoying the moment. I didn't want it to end even, to be honest.
No,
But it had to, sadly.
it's very healing, to be fair.
Yeah.
Very healing. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Is that okay now?
okay.
It's something different to you.
Yeah, we're back. So to break that down for us, what was that about, man? Bloody hell.
Absolutely. So this first song is called Maya Lagaise, and it comes from he's sort of passed away.
Okay.
I forgot how many years ago. He's a Bangladeshi folk singer.
Okay.
And he sings in the Sylheti dialect of Bangladesh.
Okay.
So it's different from Dhaka.
Okay.
I'm from the village sides.
Mhm.
And obviously I didn't know all of this all these years. I just reconnected with my roots. And he is amazing. And you know what? He's also an Aquarius like me.
Oh.
So when I heard his songs, I was like, these are catchy and beautiful and wow. So I wanted to remake them. So the version that you heard now was my take, and I changed things.
Yeah.
Got Ivoski to help me with the chords.
Okay.
And I made it my own rhythm and melody.
That's better than the original.
Because I was gonna ask,
Yeah.
because I was like, it worked so well that I was like, okay, well, how did you guys bring the traditional to the modern and make it just so effortlessly just
Gosh.
in sync? It was lovely.
I have to give credit to all the people on my journey because, you know, sometimes the universe sends people. And I was like, hey, this song. And then there's someone called Ed Bateman that I met about a year ago.
Okay.
And he invited me to a jam. And that's when my singing started to progress. And he was like, hey, listen, he's all fascinated about world music. You should check him out as well.
Yeah.
And he was like, why don't you bring in your roots? He heard me sing English, but he was bring your roots. And I was like, okay. And I brought this in. And then he sort of played the guitar and in his own way, in his British man way, you know, Western way. I was like, it doesn't really let my voice flow, but let me just try. So he was like, make your own version. I showed him the songs. Like, make your own version. I was like, okay, I'll make my own version. And this is what came out of it.
Wow.
I kind of tried to mix ancient with Western. I just thought, let me flow. A little bit frightened how the Bangladeshi community will take it.
Yeah.
That's their business. That was amazing. That's me.
If they don't receive that with beauty and grace, I'm sorry.
And there was.
But I know a lot of Bangladeshi people that would absolutely just be honoured by that.
Means a lot. And yeah, he's got a lot of other songs and I'm working on sort of recreating those ones.
Nice.
And I made my own one because at the end of this beautiful, I made my own one called I Forgot in that sort of dialect.
Yeah.
So that little push helped me to go on to this whole cycle of finding other Bengali songs to change around a little bit. And
so is that one of your like projects now? Is it not now? But is that be one of your projects?
You're gonna laugh probably at me, but I've got multiple projects. Like so that is
No,
I would like
I'm
to.
like that as well.
I would like to do the Bengali definitely, but I've also got my English stuff, sort of merging with the Hindi on the side, and so mixing them both together and just doing whatever I can. Yeah.
But it's nice because no one person is ever just one solid thing. So the fact that you have lots of different forms to express your musical creativity and vocal dexterity is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, we're multidimensional, and I feel like I'm finally owning it.
Multidimensional, multi-mood.
Yeah, multilingual.
Multi.
I felt like I cannot fit in anywhere in life, so I was like, hey. And even in the music scene, I was like, where do I fit in? I must be an alien.
Well, no, it's not to fit in. It's for you to stand out. Exactly. Make your own space. You create your lane because it's a beautiful lane, honestly.
Thank you.
So as you've been progressing with this fantastic genre that you've created, that's you basically, how I know you said that you didn't fit in. So was that something that you felt in your mind, or it actually manifested itself when as you're going through life? Like with examples?
Yeah, definitely. It's like all my life, actually. So I didn't fit in at school with... I was always a singer at school. Always people saying to me, sing this song for me, please. Sing that song for me. Like, okay. Oh my God, I love your voice. Like, okay, that's it. End of story. I go home, just go home, do whatever. Yeah. But yes, it did. I didn't fit in with the geeks. I didn't fit in with anyone. But I was always like, oh, I love this about this person. I love this about so the very popular girls wanted to add me to their group, and I couldn't. I was just hanging out with the nerds. Yeah. So I was like, am I a nerd? Also, I love studying. I love it. I don't know what it is. It's just learning new things. But and then I was also kind of, I guess, to them, the pretty girl. Yeah. So there's that thing. Yeah. You know how it affects you in life. Even people might think you're horrible. They might think you're stuck up. And it's just all that stuff. And so anyways, I always felt ugly growing up. But people didn't see me like that. It was just, So, I didn't fit in anywhere. So musically, I felt like, what am I? Like, I'm born in London. My roots are Bangladesh, but I've been growing up on Bollywood, and Punjabi family members. Yeah. And then, I speak English. That's the thing I speak the most fluently. But then English is my second language because I grew up at my grandma's house. So I actually had to learn English at school. Okay. So therefore, where am I here? I don't know where I am or where I orient myself. So I was like, let me just try everything. Yeah. I can't be putting myself in a box. And so that's how it happened. And friendship groups, issues, in terms of who I am as a national. Do I call myself Bengali, Bangladeshi, or am I British?
You know what I always, I'm not that I hate it, but it gets my nerves sometimes. So when you've got the dual nationality, it's a pick and choose. So for example, I'm born here, but I'm Nigerian. But I'm a Nigerian because to firstborn Nigerians, I'm Nigerian when they want me to be Nigerian. Yeah. Then when it's a different scenario, British boy. Yeah. And then to British people, I'm British when they want me to be. Yeah. Otherwise, where are your parents from? So it's like you're there and you're there. Yes. But it depends on the circumstance and the person who you're talking to. Yeah.
But I think you have to decide that for yourself because for me, yes, I was born here. Both my parents are from Sierra Leone. And for me, because there are, as we know, there are a lot of negative connotations with Africa in general and with Sierra Leone and poverty and all of this, that and the other. Exactly. For me, I choose to hail my Sierra Leonean roots because it's quite obvious once you speak to me, I'm British.
Very obvious,
When you see me, you know I'm of African descent. So for me, I always hail up Sierra Leone because if I don't, then that's the part that no one's going to know about me unless I tell them. So that's why for me, I say it's a choice. It's an intentional choice that you need to make because it doesn't matter how anyone else defines you.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's still you. You know,
authentic self.
Yeah.
So how did you identify then and how do you identify now?
Before, I'll be honest, I didn't even wear Asian clothes. Okay. I was kind of averse to my own roots. I felt like I was more English than anything. I only had, even now, up until now, I have mostly English or African or Jamaican friends or from some other country. It's rare that I have any Indian or Bangladeshi friends. Okay. However, recently it's changed. I didn't feel this embarrassment anymore to just rock up in my bindiya and my bangles and my sari down London City and just repping that I am Bangladeshi.
Yeah.
That's who you are.
There's reasons behind why I had the shame.
Of course there are.
You know, many reasons. And I think one of them was probably just that, unfortunately, as we see in many cultures, we don't feel, it's like, I feel unity is very important. We all, one of my songs, I say how we all bleed the same. And yes, skin color has become like an issue, culture, but I feel like we can all exist together and appreciate each other's little sects that we've created as human beings. We've created little sects. We can appreciate it, share it with each other. But I feel like there's something important about repping those roots.
Yeah, 100%.
But not in a way to separate people.
No.
I feel like I do it
more.
Exactly. I want to share my Bengali. I want to share the Sylheti dialect. And I recently found out something on this journey. It's so funny. That Sylheti is not just a dialect.
Oh.
Yeah, this is so weird. So Sylheti is a tribe that was actually lost in Bangladesh when the whole Hindustani thing got divided. Yeah. So I found this community and they want me to help them with creating, they call this, I forgot what they call themselves, but it's Sylheti, not Sylheti.
Okay.
But because everybody knows Bangladesh and Bengali, they don't know about the Sylheti.
Oh, right.
It's a
lost
tribe.
Yeah.
Exactly. We got dispersed, like this tribe got dispersed into Pakistan and India and different places. And that's all I know. And I've recently got connected with them and they're like, can you make some songs for children so they can remember this language? And it's different.
Beautiful.
Oh, days.
And that's such an honor.
It's crazy, right? I'm going to have to relearn it because the language I learned growing up, I can read and write in Bengali, but I've forgotten a lot. But it's actually different. It's the Dhaka, they call it the book language.
Okay.
So it's so funny how I just discovered this recently after singing this song. The universe wanted me to sort of know about that. And it's like, okay, this is interesting. I wonder where that's going to take me. I wonder what that's going to reveal to me about me as a person.
Right.
It's so exciting. I'm even excited about it.
But you're also creating a legacy because you're leaving, you're making space and room for those to come behind you to be able to do what you're doing with more vim and more vibe because you know you're doing the work. You know, it's like you crawled, so they're going to get to run when it's their turn. You know,
it's amazing. And one of the main reasons, because I'm not really into separation at all between any, I've always been very much like my mom growing up. There was Chinese people living in our house. She used to do lots of things and have lots of different types of friends from Nigeria. I love Nigerian food, every type of food. Oh gosh, I just love I love African food. But you know, it's just like, so I am interested in this because I feel what you guys said that you felt. I felt this ancestral healing spiritual thing when I sing in that language.
Yeah, that first song was.
So I don't know why I want to be around that language, which now I'm gonna have to relearn.
Yeah,
Sylheti.
I feel like I was back in my mum's womb or something.
Honestly, no, but there's something about expressing or sharing your musical creativity in traditional languages, in old languages, in languages that have seen and collected energy from way back when to bring it to now. And I always feel like whenever I'm hearing something in a native tongue, that it's all of those energies, all of those people, all of those experiences coming to just wash over you and just reinvigorate you.
It's always better to something in the original. Even when you watch the movie, I'd rather watch it than have
exactly.
But your second song was called
Soul.
Right. So even that, that's a big deal, to be honest. And I felt a similar kind of feeling, albeit parts of it were in English. It was I don't know. It just takes you somewhere where you don't know where you are. What was that song kind of about?
Wow. Okay. So the story behind that song is I went through a journey of self-love, and at one point,
That's a good thing, right?
Sorry?
Is that a good thing? It sounds like
it's a good thing, but there's a darker side.
Oh, right.
So the dark side is that I grew up being a people pleaser. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know who I was. My relationships were all terribly toxic because I didn't love myself. I didn't have self-worth. So I didn't know how to ask for what I wanted. I didn't know, what does it mean to be a feminine? What does it mean to really be that fierce feminine that is actually balanced? What does it mean? And that started when I met this beautiful gentleman, and funny enough, he probably, now I know, he probably was an avoidant, like probably an avoidant person or something along those lines, and he he kept me at his arm's length. And, you know, I could never feel that reciprocal love from him. So that kind of gave me some kind of weird dark night of the soul, depression. I went through this whole 2 years of weird things until I started to love myself. So obviously I don't have any hatred towards that man because he couldn't. He was kind of lingering about in his own ethers, and I realized he was just used. He was somehow utilized in my journey to learn self-love. So I realized that without him, I was then this person, and all of a sudden I was in the kitchen actually on the floor, and this song came up, and this song wasn't about him. 5 years ago I wrote this song. This song Soul wasn't about him. I felt it even when it was channeling on the kitchen floor. I remember it. And when it came out, it was like, oh, that's the divine love I want to feel for myself. My masculine and my feminine. And I was like, right, people will think I'm talking about a man. They'll think it's about someone in particular. But obviously there is someone I know exists for me. Because if I exist, he exists.
Exactly.
And I'm waiting to, you know, enter into his world at some point. However, that song, when it came out, it was just me finally. I cut him off, this man who was back and forth, wishy-washy. He just couldn't love me. And I was like, what's going on? You know? And obviously it was more like a kindred kind of connection. I felt like I was there for him. He was there for me, but it was he just couldn't. And I was like, what's going on? What am I reflecting back? Years later, I learned that he was a mirror for me at that time, a reflection of me. And the fact that we attract people that don't love us when we don't love ourselves. So I was like, okay. So this song came through that. Funny enough, it was like a positive thing that came out of lots of pain. That I felt all that pain.
That must be the most in-depth, comprehensive description of a song.
But I respect the self-awareness because I feel that it takes a lot for people to be self-aware and admit, you know, the ups and downs that they go through and the whys of the ups and downs and the choices they make. And it's really refreshing to hear how self-aware you are and the lessons that you've learned and continue to learn going through.
And you've got 2 new fans now.
Yeah, definitely.
That's amazing.
Right, so now we've done all of the serious podcast stuff. Let's go into the more light stuff. So there's 2 little games we're going to play. One is the social dilemma. If Asabi has one in mind.
I told you the wedding one.
Yeah, going to reuse it. And the other one is a head-to-head. So we'll pick 2 artists that you may like against each other, and you tell us, you know, who would win in a do or die death battle.
Amazing. Okay.
So the first 2 are Aaliyah and Ashanti.
Wow.
Who wins and why?
Ooh. Wow. I love that you picked those 2. I grew up with listening to those 2 amazing singers. My respect goes down to Ashanti.
Okay.
She has kept an amazing image of herself throughout her musical whole journey. She has a wicked voice, a beautiful, like an ethereal type voice. I love Aaliyah. It's just that, you know, she's another side of me. I feel like you got these 2 people that are 2 different sides of me. Right, you know, like Ashanti's probably that, you know, like, you know, grown up version. And then you've got Aaliyah. And no disrespect to Aaliyah because she's amazing and I love her songs and I used to dance to all of her songs and try to imitate her dance routines. She's powerful, but I feel more of she's very like ancient, Aaliyah. She's very, very ancient. But Ashanti, because all the songs she's done, she's still there. She's still sort of like balanced, I feel. And maybe it's because she's a Libra. I recently found out. I think she's a Libra.
Well, I mean, is that can we accept that as a reason? Because her stuff.
I mean,
it's true.
Rabia said a lot of different reasons, and she's just closed the end with her star sign. So I accept.
Because Asabi's the adjudicator. So
he's appointed me the adjudicator, by the way.
So we're accepting that. So Ashanti, yeah.
So Ashanti, okay. I do like musical artistry. I really do.
Yeah, okay, we can accept that.
But I guess, you know, we can separate from people's lives, and something I also wanted. Like I know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
People will think, you know, what's she doing? What's her dark side? And just, you know, separating that from the music. And I think that's why I like Ashanti's music, I guess.
We're going to keep Ashanti as the winner of that death battle. The second one is Erykah Badu versus Jill Scott.
Jill Scott. Ooh. Wow. It's very difficult.
That's it's supposed to be. That's what it's supposed to be.
Jill Scott, she's magnificent.
There can be only one. The other one.
Down the road.
There can
That's
be only one.
Yeah, it can be only one.
Okay. Well,
The one gets wiped out of history. You
Wow.
otherwise you're gonna not do it properly. Yeah.
okay, look. Oh gosh. It's very difficult. This one's actually very difficult.
It
I
is.
really appreciate Jill Scott. Erica Badu is going to be the one because she's very quirky, very like her thing. And obviously, I don't listen to a lot of her music. I think I would prefer Jill Scott's. However, it's the way that she is an artist that I really like about Erica Badu. She's just her thing. She's doing her thing, doing whatever, making her beautiful sound effects on stage and dressing how she wants to. I resonate with it.
All right. So Jill's gone. Jill's out of the picture. She's been terminated. She's gone. She's out. All right. Fine. Let's go further, man. The next one is the next part is SIB gives you like a social dilemma. It's really supposed to test you, you know.
Okay.
Test you. So go ahead, SIB. What's your social dilemma this week? I don't know why you're laughing.
Because you always get at me with these social dilemmas.
Go on then.
So today's social dilemma.
Okay.
Right. So you're about to be married. You have a best friend. She's been there from you were a child till now. He says I take too long explaining these things. Anyway, in discussing your wedding, she comes to you and she says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't be your maid of honor because my love life is in the toilet right now, and I just don't want to be standing up there because I can't be happy right now because I'm brokenhearted." How are you reacting? Like, is she still invited to the wedding? Is she like? How would you receive that?
Wow. Yeah.
We know our answers, but I don't know your answer.
Absolutely. Yeah. Instantly, I just kind of knew. So, in situations like that, do you want me to answer from who I am right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
From who I am right now, I'll literally be probably taking some time with her. We'll be going through a meditation together.
Wow.
Nice.
You know, and I'll just be like, listen, come here. And there's something happening with her, obviously. Instantly, though, at first, they'll be a little bit like, how dare you?
Yeah.
Like, this is my day.
Yeah.
But that'll be there. And it does exist. But the higher version of me, which has, I literally recently, I'm learning to be more in integrity. And so I always ask myself, what's the highest integrity thing that I can do right now in each situation? And I can't always do that, by the way, because I'm imperfect. Very. And but in that situation, because it's such my big day, I will have a word with her because maybe she just needs some processing. And that processing will help me to understand and also me not feel bitter towards her and resentful towards her. We need to talk about it. We need to talk. I'm like, we need to talk about this.
I think you've actually reached goddess status because anybody else is kicking that mofo to the curb, pardon my French.
I'll be sad.
Yeah.
I'll be sad. I'll take some time out for her for sure and then find out what is happening. Is there anything we can do to get you to be there? You know? So
That's cute, man. All right. That was an unexpected, but not unexpected answer based on who you are.
Yeah.
But it's not a normal answer. But it is for a goddess apparently. So well done for that one.
Yeah.
So okay, we're coming to the end now. Any new projects coming up that you want people to know about? What's in the pipeline quickly before we go?
Absolutely. I hope, well, at the moment, I would love to record some of the songs that I've been singing. I would like to record this version you've heard today.
Yes, please.
Soul and Maya.
Yeah. We need it.
Yeah,
we need both of those, please.
I would love Iwoski to get into the studio with me and we
Yes,
can
come on, you
record it.
swear how we are.
You know?
Yeah.
And I would love that. And but after that, I would really like to finish off some of my other songs, which are fusion songs. Again, I'm a piano. A Masala I'm a piano song I've created, and I really would like to add some vocals to that and get that out there. And I would love to do some music videos. I'd really like to get Golden Light, that healing song.
Yeah.
I would like to do a music video for that one because I feel
we're available.
I would love that. If I could get some people in there just dancing and just being in their own selves,
We're there.
I would love it. Yeah, that's basically what I'm up to. And performing where I get called to perform, just to get a little bit out there and feel more confident within myself to see how I could. Because one of my biggest reasons for singing is to share feminine wisdom in a healing way. And I realized that sometimes that's joy, sometimes that's playfulness, sometimes that's even sensual.
Yes.
There's a song called Lover that me and Ivoski have recently just been playing around with. It's an old song of mine. I just left it to the curb. One day I was just rehearsing with Ivoski and I was like, listen, can we just try this one? And I finished the song like overnight. And then it's really about sort of speaking to the divine masculine within myself, but it's just say, come to me, my lover, let's heal these wounds together. That's kind of like what I really want to work on. So that's some of my projects.
And where can we find you? What we know already, but with other people.
Absolutely. So my stage name is Maa Rabia, Maarabia, and you can find me on YouTube. I'm working on getting my website out there soon, so I can put other things I do on there. But at the moment, it's just everywhere: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and yeah.
Perfect. And just to round off, do you have a message of healing for the masses out there based on your music?
Wow, a message of healing. I would like to say that no matter what happens in life, tune into that place, that playful, childful place that allows you to connect to the 1,000,000,000 bits of information. And those 1,000,000,000 bits of information will always be your cheerleader, your backup, and your help when you need it. And that's what I wanted to share.
Thank you.
All right, so that's a wrap. I've been Mike.
I've been Asabi Howard. And we've had Maa Rabia.
Yay.
Thank you so much. Oh, like, comment, subscribe.
Finally, you got it right. Yay. Like.